Special shout out.
Sync point.
Shout out to the shot.
Shout out to my
Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody who's listening to this. This is our last day here at SHOT Show. This season is kicking off really damn well for us. Special shout out to Otis for opening up the booth to us so
Shooter's
we can podcast.
Choice.
Shooter's Choice as well. And today, this episode to me is very special. It's been in the work. What?
I feel like he's being too formal again.
No.
My boy Chan's from the crib,
yeah,
bro.
no.
Professionals, and I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah,
We are.
Let's keep it right. Let's keep it right, all
We
right?
got to keep it a little.
Shout out to everyone at the crib, though.
Yeah, shout out to the crib. Miami,
Everybody.
South Florida, West Palm Beach. You know where y'all
Born
at.
and raised in the county
Yeah.
of Dade.
That's it. 305-954-561,
That's it.
407.
Yeah. I'm gonna introduce Chan to this one. Chan is a brother who I met a year ago. If y'all been following,
2 years ago.
2 years
Two
ago.
years ago. If y'all
you for
been
that.
following the journey, he was the first brother to introduce us to like the hunt, and that was a real powerful moment for me, for the whole experience because of what it meant. And this is my brother right here, Chan. Thank you for being on, bro. Hold
Give
on,
my boy
applause.
Blue.
Applause. We need some air horns, too. Come on. One time.
All right. Applause over. There it goes. It's
There
done.
it is.
We can't hear the sound effects because.
I figured
They're
as
there,
much.
though.
But
They're
we're
there.
We're gonna match the intensity.
Yeah.
Yo, Chan, so tell us how you got into the space, bro. Let's take it back.
So it was purely by accident. I was just a young kid from Little Havana trying to make it.
Yep.
Nobody really knows what that means, but it sounds cool.
Yeah.
We
And if
gotta
you're
make
from
it.
where we're from, you know exactly what
you're,
that means.
you're trying to make it. So I was working as a security guard at a gun show, and I was really into guns, and we're in Hispanic culture for the most part, especially like Central American culture. If you've got a gun, you're typically a bad guy.
A criminal facts.
Yeah, and you're in the city, like we're in Miami. It's not like you have uncles that hunt or anything like that. Like it was just.
You're like, yeah,
You
mom,
know?
I actually am a criminal. No.
Yeah, it's like, Mom, just so you know.
Yeah.
No, so it's kind of hard to get into the culture and the space, right? So unless you have somebody who can really bring you in, it's extremely difficult. So I was lucky that I had a friend who, special shout out to Segura Gear,
Yeah.
Juan Alonso. He grew up in gun culture. His father had served multiple years in the
Fire.
Army, just an incredible patriot. And his family kind of took me in and showed me the ropes when it came to
Yeah.
guns. Actually gave me my first gig as a security guard.
No way.
And because they knew that they had taught me the ropes on how to deal with firearms and stuff, they put me as the front door security guard at a gun show
Let's go.
down in South Florida. And I just wanted to work at a gun shop.
Yeah.
So
That's
I ended up
cool.
working part-time at almost every gun shop in Miami. Just every little hour I could get behind the counter, every little piece of knowledge I could
Investing.
get.
Yeah.
I wanted it,
Yeah.
Eventually, I was working at a store called Firearms USA. It's no longer open, and they were doing sales direct with Taurus,
Yeah.
right? There was an individual I met there who just recently passed away, rest in
R.I.P.
peace, David
Yeah.
Holland.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
He was a great man, and that dude, fast forward a bunch of years later, ends up seeing me in the interview room at Taurus USA back in 2018, and he walks by and he's like, "Hey man, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Well, I'm here on a job interview." And he's like, "Why didn't you call me?" And I hadn't seen him in like 3 years, so I never
Wow.
even considered
Yeah.
calling him, And I was just like, "Well, I didn't know I had to call you." And he was like, "Give me 1 second." Leaves, comes back, and he's like, "You start on Monday."
Let's go.
Yo.
Hold on. Air horn.
Yeah, let's go.
Air horn for our boy David.
Bro, he ended up kind of giving me the ropes because he also grew up in Miami, also grew up outside of gun culture and kind of paved his own way, but he'd seen my potential behind a gun counter, something that to this day I didn't know that there were people looking for, He saw that,
What?
I was vicious and hungry and I just wanted it. He saw that I
Facts.
wanted it bad and he knew that, I was going to do whatever it took to make it.
Yeah.
So
Dang, so how old were you then?
I was 22.
Okay.
Wow.
I was 22 and honestly, before Taurus, I just did
Yeah.
every odd job you can imagine. I'd
Yeah.
done everything from making holsters to
Right.
selling and helping international sales for $9 an hour. I was just excited to be there with
Yeah.
these foreigners that are buying
Wow.
stuff that we're gonna go to work, and just a hungry kid trying to make
Man,
it.
and that's one thing I want to emphasize because, we've stressed that the last couple seasons is that the introduction to firearms looks different for everybody. And then when you
100%.
owning a firearm is one thing, but then when you find yourself working in the firearm space, it's a completely different animal, bro.
Yep.
Because not only one, does everybody want to pour into you, so you feel like yo, this is my new space. I
Yep.
want to be here. But two, it sets your soul on fire to tell other folks, hey, y'all need to come over this way because, yo, you have a right to bear arms. And,
Oh.
bro, like, in the city, we don't come from the hunting culture,
No.
the backgrounds, at least not as first generation Americans, right?
course.
Like I know somewhere down the line maybe that's in our background, but here, nah, we're completely removed from it. And that's actually a conversation we just had with Heather from Otis. So that's really dope how you stumbled your way in. How long you been with Taurus now?
I've been at Taurus for 7 years now.
Let's go.
Shout out my
Feels
boy.
like I got in there yesterday. I actually started as a customer service agent. Then I went on to manage their repairs department. From repairs, I went to engineering and product development. Then I was in marketing, and now I just got moved over to sales as a business development manager. Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
A ton of opportunity, a ton of growth, just an incredible company to work for. And I'm not just saying that because they're sending me
course.
money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Shout out Taurus.
Did that check,
Yeah.
Did that check clear?
Did that check-
No. Yo, and I want to say something to the listeners. There's a lot of folks in this space who own a variation of firearms outside from the company they work at.
Oh.
We had a powerful conversation back in Texas earlier this year where he was talking about Taurus. Everyone in the industry knows Taurus gets flack, right?
Yeah.
But my brother here, man, one thing we do is stand on all 10, and he said, man, I just didn't like it when, I don't remember the name or whatever, whoever, but someone said something, not even the Taurus guy shoots a Taurus. Yo, my brother sold everything he owns and only got all Taurus stuff. And he said, it was like a couple years later, I was driving and I realized, damn, bro, one of the guns that has never like needed much love from me was my Taurus, and
Yeah.
it worked flawlessly. So, and that was
Yeah.
a fire story because
I mean, the biggest thing is like, for one, the barrier of entry for most people is a price point, right?
Man, facts.
And I think every American should have the ability to be able to defend themselves and not have to spend a mortgage payment to do so.
facts. Yo, I
Yeah.
quoted you on that last season.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, like
Hey,
that.
hold on. T-Dubs! Look, he can't even see us. He just
He's
kept
fucking-
walking.
yeah.
We all know
The
T-Dubs.
original Florida man.
Because who's the one who connected us? Chan.
Chan, that's
Shout out our
right.
boy
Yeah, he's in
Chan.
our
Shout out
neck of the
Florida
woods.
Trophies.
Yeah.
You want to kill iguanas and lizards?
Oh, he's the man.
He'll
Yeah.
call our boy
Yeah,
T-Dubs.
that's
yeah.
a fact.
T-Dubs is awesome, but
Yeah.
no, that price of entry is so low. And then the problem is you have the individual behind the counter, and again, we're all enthusiasts, right?
Yep.
So if you're an enthusiast, you're going to want the Gucci of Gucci, right? If you're a car guy, you're looking at, supercars.
Yep.
You know,
Facts.
even if you can never have a supercar, you're looking at a supercar, even though you've got a Honda Civic you've been working on for years in your garage.
Everybody wants a Rolex.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to wear a Rolex. You know,
Yeah.
it's things like that. So once you get into that space and you get a little bit closer, you kind of start neglecting these other things and forget what it is, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody's trying to nerd out and make this a whole career like us. Like some
Right,
people just
right.
need,
Right, just an everyday.
an
That's
everyday
it.
carry.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things. Like we shouldn't be the gatekeepers of our own industry, especially when
Man, that's
it's
a
not,
fact. Drop some horns for that. No, seriously.
Yeah, when it's not a privilege, it's a right, right?
Yeah.
It's our Second Amendment. Right
Yeah.
after you being able to say whatever you want, you can stand on all 10 and say whatever you
For
want. on
sure,
that second
for
one.
sure.
While you're
that's-
clutching on something.
Yeah. Well, I love that. I think you touched on it. Like our homie Chan we were able to connect with you in Texas.
Yeah.
Right? On a ranch with dudes that straight up, the city is the furthest thing away from these guys.
Oh, yeah.
But still, their every day looks like, yo, they need weapons.
Yeah.
They need weapons. They need firearms for what they do on a day-to-day
And
basis.
they're not the guys that are looking like, oh man, this is cool. I like it,
No.
but this
No, they're like,
triggers they're
yo,
gonna put from
does
they're
it
like,
work?
Does
Yeah.
it run?
That's it,
They
bro.
don't
Is this
care.
thing gonna
Yeah.
run every day for me? Because
Shout
I
out
need
to
it.
our boys Wade,
Yeah.
Boomhauer, Boomhauer.
And off
Our
in that
boy-
field over there.
Our
goddamn.
boy AJ, we love you, boy. We still
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
come up to
We
Georgia.
missed the deer hunt.
We're just
He
waiting
was-
for an invite.
Yo,
Look,
Yeah,
look.
no, I know,
He's
I
like,
know.
bro.
I know,
He's
I
like,
know.
yo,
You
bro.
just made me
Deer
drop a
season
yo
came
on
and went.
that's unacceptable,
There's a
bro.
standing invite, folks.
Yeah, we'll be
Y'all
up
don't
there.
know it, but yeah,
They
there's
just
a thing.
had to show up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's literally all we gotta do.
And here we
But
are.
they're too big and busy. They
No.
work with Otis now.
Here we
They got
go,
the
here we go.
podcast room.
Strays caught.
They got their podcast
They're too
going.
big for the little guy
They
now.
can't deer
Strays
hunt.
caught. Strays caught. I'm not mad at it because, one thing is, I said this in a post. Yo, it's amazing how quick you can develop a brotherhood.
Yeah. We found our tribe, bro. Instantly. We found our tribe.
Like we clapped that hog.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, so that's where I was going. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, go ahead.
So, Bro, that meant a lot to us. You know, I had hunted as a kid, but it had been 40 years, bro,
Yeah.
since I've been in the outdoor, you know, actually with a rifle in my hand, waiting to kill something at 3 in the morning of all times. But,
Yeah.
yo, that whole experience, and to see that, because I have an EDC. That's really, as far as my reference to a firearm, that's
Yeah.
it. I'm not hunting every weekend. I don't have a hunting leash. You know,
Right.
we don't
Yeah,
hunt like that. So to have that perspective of, yo, this is awesome, bro. There's so many different sections, demographics of people in the
Yep.
firearm space, and it's cool, bro. So I just want to say, you know, like, we had an amazing time. That was an amazing experience. out there.
Also, like talking to Wade, I didn't realize why it's important to harvest boars. Here you go, bro. I saw you looking at one.
Yeah,
You
let me
want
see.
one too?
Come on,
Here you
brother.
go, fatty.
Come on.
Mira, bajo de peso, güey.
How long these been in your pocket, brother? Jeez, OP.
I got it like an hour ago.
Like
This thing's a smoothie.
Later.
Man. But Wade, oh man, you throw that bad boy this way.
Your thing's a
Wade,
smoothie.
Wade was like, it's important for us to manage the hogs because
Yeah, of
they are
course.
wild, they are invasive.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I didn't think about this. He was telling me hogs will just dig in the holes. He goes, and depending on what ranch you're at, if they have cattle, livestock, whatever, yo, bro, those cows will break their ankle, and then it's like they don't come back from that.
Yeah, and then the other thing is where he's managing 1,000-acre high fence ranch.
That's right. Yep.
And we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars in a singular animal.
Yep.
Right, and
Can
they have
wipe it out.
yeah hundreds of these animals in
Yep.
there, and these pigs can bring in disease. These big pigs end up consuming food that's on there. They pay a premium for it because they're growing trophy animals. You know, whether it be deer, whether it be African exotics,
Yeah.
like that's their business down there.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's his livelihood. So every time these hogs go in there, they're directly taking food off his table by doing so.
We had to tell that to one of our British homies because I posted the picture and he sent me a message in our group. It was like he called me like a waffle or something like that, and I was like, I'm like, bro, there was another word in front of it, but I don't want to say it on the podcast. But I gave him the same explanation. I'm like, he goes, mate, I didn't really think about it like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why would you? I was like, you taking one-sided story and you think
Yeah.
this is just about trophy hunting.
Yeah.
We didn't even do nothing with those pigs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The idea is to manage them, make sure
Yeah.
that they don't hurt them.
It's also hard to do the association. I was talking about this with someone the other day where, like, he's Hindu and they're really big on, you know, not killing
Yeah.
stuff and like worshiping the kill and all this other stuff. And that's the other thing in the hunting community. They like to use the word harvest and all this other PG crap that they want to, like, you know, try to water down what it is.
Killing
Like,
an animal.
It's like, no, we're killing animals, dude. And are we excited we killed this animal? 100%. Are we
Yeah.
happy we killed this animal? Also 100%.
Yeah.
Why? Right? Is it like, do we feel, are we bloodthirsty, right? Is that
Right.
the conversation? It's like, no. The fact of the matter is, I remember the first time I harvested my first deer, and I harvested my first deer when I was 23 years old, and I moved to Georgia.
Shout out to my boy Chan.
Yeah, I ended up spending months. I mean, I literally probably spent easily 45 to 50 days of the year, like for that hunting season,
Yeah.
in a tree, not knowing what the heck I was doing, because I was just trying to kill a deer, and the only thing I had was a bow at that time. Because I had a rifle, but I was really concerned with like the laws, because every state has their laws, and I'm reading it. I'm kind of like, is this by the letter of the law, right? Especially when you
Yeah.
grow up in the city and you hear like legal
Jargon and all-
how
right.
it works. It's like, just because
Yeah.
it says that doesn't mean the cop wants to identify it as that, you know?
Fact.
So I was concerned with that. So I was like, with a bow, this is the safest way that I could be out there. And I was pretty proficient with it. And I ended up, you know, killing my first deer. And I remember the first thing I did when I saw it was like, I was like, I was scared. I was happy. I was sad. You know, I spent probably like 15 minutes just alone sitting next to this deer, just petting it, you know, like just thinking like, I just took this animal's life, and I felt sad. And
Yeah.
at the same time, I felt like this degree of excitement that I'd never felt before. Like I was like, after 45 days, like freezing my butt off and just trying and spending hours just
There's
trying
a
to do
discipline
this.
there. Yeah.
You know, and then you get this and like you're happy, like,
Yeah.
and then you feel bad about being happy because you just killed this thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then what ends up happening is, if you're a successful hunter and you're able to do it often, you end up, like you're talking about the tribe, right? Where you show up and you have your friends celebrate you.
Yeah.
And it almost becomes like a ritual where you know, I
Right.
kill a deer, and the first thing I'm doing is I'm driving to AJ's mama's house. We're hanging it up in the back of the house. All the boys are there. All the youngins are there. The wives are there. You know, we're lighting the grill on fire. We're skinning this buck. We're skinning this doe, whatever it is. And we're all just like, hey, what happened? Tell me the story.
Yeah.
You know, I want to
Yeah.
live this moment through you as fresh as possible. Like, I want to know
That's
what happened
original
for-
social media.
Yeah, like it's you literally
Yeah.
like campfire stories.
Yeah.
And what happens is you do that enough times, and the kill becomes directly associated to that. So
Yeah.
of course you're gonna look forward to the kill every single time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
it's like I tell
And I mean,
people.
it's really like primal if you
Yeah.
think about
Yeah,
it.
of
I mean,
course.
well,
that
that's what I was
goes
just
back
about to say.
thousands
Two
of
things can be
years.
true at once. I
Yeah.
can feel sad
Yeah.
Of course.
and be like, damn, but I can also feel like I did it, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, yo, I'm still a human, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
like you
100%.
said, I'm not
a robot.
blood.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not out here bloodthirsty, but I want to
Yeah.
feel my fridge.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure how I was honestly wasn't sure how. The only thing I had ever shot in my life was a dove, really, you know? And,
Yeah.
and even at that's a pretty hilarious story.
Well, new season. I don't think Chan has ever heard this story. Please tell the story because now we're here in
All right,
person.
okay.
Hold on. Before, are you 100% sure everything you did was legal before you
Oh
did
yeah.
this?
Oh yeah. So
Go for
so
it.
Well,
shout
he
out,
was with his pops.
yeah, shout out to my dad.
You're
Shout
about
out
to
pops,
both get
R.I.P.
locked up.
Tennessee Tim, R.I.P. My dad. He had a hunting lease in Okeechobee. Anyone from Florida? It's just, I
Yeah.
mean, it was massive. I mean, you could ride on this hunting lease for hours and not reach the end of the lease. Like, it was that big. So we're out there. It's dove season. I'm amped up, bro, because I'm with my pops.
How
you know
old
what
are
I'm
you?
saying? Probably 8 to 10, bro. You
Oh.
know what I mean? Somewhere in there, right? But I'm, you know, bro, my pops is larger than life, bro.
Of
Like,
course.
he's a freaking marksman, hunts, fishes, black belt. You know, he's just like this ninja. And I'm out there like, I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Yeah,
show
yeah.
him.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, bro, he's everything he's telling me, right? It's just so, almost like was in slow motion. You know, I'm sitting there with my shotgun. We're at like a tree line for anyone that doesn't hunt, you know. And he's telling me, all right, listen for the shots, because then you know there's probably something coming our way, right? So sure enough, we're there for a few minutes. Blam blam. I hear some shots in the distance, and all right, and I see some flying, boom, and I see one dropping. I was like, you know, I'm a kid, bro. I'm amped.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's go, right? So it kind of fell right into the tree line. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
had a path. And bro, I mean, I'm booking over there. You know, I can see my dad's like, you know, just this,
got him,
and we go into this clearing, and I see the dove like on the side, not dead, and I'm like, oh my god, maybe we can save it. My dad picks up the dove and goes, and I'm like, ah.
What's he say?
He goes, go on back to the truck, boy. But you know, like, so bro, that's my literal last reference
Yeah.
of killing an animal like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't know, bro, when we're out in Texas with you, it's 3 o'clock. I'm tired, bro. These
Yeah,
guys, like,
yeah.
I'm about to fall asleep on the couch at midnight, and they're like, all right, let's pack up and go. I'm like, where are we going?
man. Those
Chan was
boys
like,
don't play.
we're going hunting again. Well,
So
I'm
I
like,
wasn't sure, bro. I didn't
Yeah.
know what to expect, and I'm, you know, bro, I hit the hog and I walked up to it, and I'm just like, I had this sense of like accomplishment, you know, and there wasn't. It was just like, man, we put time into this, bro. We were out there for hours and doing
Hours
calls
and
and you know looking.
Yo,
so
oh wait, hold on. Outside of that, shout out to our boy AJ. Brought fish from Georgia.
Jeez, bro.
Deep fried
That
the
fish fry was unreal.
Yo,
Yeah.
AJ, how come we ain't got another fish fry set up, bro?
Yeah, man.
We
He's
gotta
like,
send
bro,
him this.
He would have done it the second you showed up for deer hunting.
There it is.
I gotta
There it
ask him
is.
why he
You heard I
hasn't
said
invited
that?
us
So-
to dinner.
I guess I'll wrap that up with, man, get outside. Get outdoors,
get
bro.
outdoors.
Don't let that barrier, whatever you think that barrier is to
And
entry.
Not only that, but make sure you love who you go with, because
Yeah.
at that point, I think we'd known you for a little over a year.
Yeah.
Feels like a decade though, bro.
Bro, that experience solidified our brotherhood.
Yeah.
No one
No
can say
question.
anything to me that's gonna make me question you.
No question.
I'll rock him, and I can't say what I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But I'll rock him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yo,
I'm clearing this table.
this is my
over the
brother.
chairs.
Yeah, this is my brother. Joe ain't nothing, brother. But yeah, bro, that was an amazing experience. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful to you for it because,
Yeah.
bro, like late last year we went pheasant hunting. Remember I texted
Yeah.
you with him about it. Yo, he was sending me pictures. He's like, look where I'm at right now. He's in not a blind, but he's in the tree. Like he's.
Yeah,
It's like, yo,
yeah.
are you there right now? He goes, right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
So, bro, you really opened up my eyes to a lifestyle I want to continue living, bro. Like
Dude,
hunting and
there's no better living, man. Like again,
Yeah.
I'm from the city. the clubbing's cool, the going out, the fancy dinners, all the other stuff. That thing's cool, but it's so like, well, what's it called?
Empty almost.
It's
like
vanity. It's
there's
vanity,
no, it's
bro.
vanity. There's
It's
no
not
fulfillment.
fulfillment. Yeah.
Not really.
It's cool,
no.
man. Like it's like like a piece of steak tastes better when your boy threw it off the grill and put it on your plate
that is a
than if a chef brought it tableside
fact.
to you. Like that's just one of
No
those
question.
things, man.
Yeah, drop all the sounds
That's
we
three
got for
horns
that
right
one.
there. We gotta let it.
No question.
It's just one of those things. Like you're talking about that fish fry, right? Like there's a lot of people that say like freshwater fish or trash fish, right? It's like especially catfish.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll turn their noses up at it or whatever. But man, you go to South Georgia, you sit in a circle, and you're out there with your boys. You spent all night with the youngins just on any device that floats.
Yeah. Hey, Paul,
get on
found
that
some
plywood
wood
over there.
Yeah.
Over a bait bag, just you know, hooking them and
No
just
question.
dropping them, and then the next morning, everybody's hungover because obviously, you've been hitting the bottle a bit,
Of
just
course.
fishing,
Yeah.
hanging out, talking smack.
There's nothing like it.
And next day, spending the whole morning filleting them, and it's like, all right, man, I'm tired. Next weekend, you guys want to do that fish fry? It's like, all right.
Hell yeah, we do.
Thursday, everyone's refreshed. Like, yo, don't forget,
Yeah.
fish fry
Yeah.
Friday night. We're going to AJ's. You
That's
know,
fire.
we're gonna play darts.
Yeah.
We're gonna play some cards. We're gonna
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, when was the last time you played cards with your friends?
Yep. Man.
You know, and
Man.
that's one of those things that like coming back to like gun industry, right? The gun culture. It's the biggest thing about owning a gun is it's evidence of personal responsibility,
Facts.
Right?
100%.
and when
That's a
you're-
bar, by the way.
Yeah.
And
That
when-
is a bar.
Yeah.
Say that again. It's evidence
of personal responsibility.
of personal
Yeah.
responsibility.
You've decided to take the responsibility of you being responsible for your own life and your own well-being, the well-beings of those that you love, in your own hands.
Yeah.
And then you've taken training, you've paid money, you've dedicated time to it to make sure that you can be proficient enough so you can perform when
Facts.
necessary, right?
Facts.
So you do that, and then you tie that back to once you start getting into personal responsibility, you start realizing like, man, I don't need to chase empty ventures,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't
Yeah.
have anything to prove to anybody. I don't need to, post up myself at doing these other things, like just things that don't really matter.
Yeah.
But like events, like you're talking about going hunting, like AJ
Yeah.
put me on my first deer.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Yeah,
not
I
my
remember-
first deer,
yeah.
but my first buck. He put me on my first buck.
Yeah.
And it's something that we, like, especially, like, I loved you, like, I met you and immediately I knew, like, I love this dude. I love Breezy. Like, these are good people. And I
Oh,
want
yeah.
them to be able to experience what I experienced and know how amazing it is.
Man, that's one thing I love about this industry as
Right.
well, bro. Yo, people
Hey.
want to, when we were pheasant hunting,
Yeah.
Brittany, shout out to Brittany, she's like, yo, I don't even want to, I want to, because we're like, why aren't you hunting? You know, you hunt, you talk
No.
about
I
pheasant
wanna
hunting all
watch
the
y'all
time.
hunt.
She's like,
Yeah.
I know this is y'all's first time. It's going to mean more to me to
Yeah.
be with y'all for your first time of pheasant hunting.
Without
And
a
I'm
doubt.
like,
Bro.
I had to think about that for a minute. I was like,
it's very selfless.
wow. I was like,
Very
yo,
selfless.
that's crazy
Yeah.
to think
We
about.
did it in Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yo, that's right.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They're like,
In
you guys
Texas.
That's
see
why I
that-
say I love that about this industry,
the pot
bro.
of
to me.
hogs.
Dude.
I don't know what you call them, but there was a pot of hogs.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, man.
Yeah.
They're called sounder. If you
Sounder.
want
Is that what
to
it
be all
is?
scientific
Alright.
and whatnot.
Yeah, and whatnot.
So we
and
saw
what
a pot
have
of
you.
sounder. No, we saw sounder.
We saw a
and,
sounder of hogs.
Wade was like, all right now, boss.
All right, now. Be quiet
Y'all-
now. Sneak
y'all
up on
gonna
me.
just put your sights on one of these things and
Yeah.
count of three at the
Yo,
same
the
time.
adrenaline that's going
Yeah.
when
Man.
you're.
And also, let's talk about like plug and play, right? So
Yeah.
I'm big on tell me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't like the friends that are around
Yo,
you,
that's a
your own-
fire Spanish
Yeah.
expression.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
I was like, dude, that's a you problem. It's not your
Yeah.
friends, it's you.
Right.
Right? You need to better yourself in
Yeah.
your life. Cool thing about this industry, it's such a what's it called? Such a niche thing
Niche, yeah.
to be a
it's
gun
big,
owner.
but yet so small,
And
right?
then it gets even smaller when you're a hunter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So then, like, you bring like-minded people around. AJ had never met Wade.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's
AJ
right.
had never met Wade till
That's
that
right.
day.
And they were
None
like
of you
long
guys
lost
have
cousins.
Met AJ or
Yeah.
Wade.
Yeah.
You know, like, or Ethan, his cousin. We called him Boomhauer the whole
Yeah,
trip because
yeah,
he talks
yeah.
like Boomhauer and looks like
Yeah,
Boomhauer.
yeah.
So I'm sorry, Ethan, for calling you Boomhauer. this
Shout
whole
out
podcast.
Ethan,
Shout
yeah.
out Ethan. So we bring in AJ and Wade and them, and we're like, hey, these guys have never, killed anything before. We're gonna put them on pigs first. They're gonna work, the rest of the trip. Like let's make sure we can get them on it so they can, you guys just ended up
And you
hunting the
could,
rest of the
yeah,
all these boys are on it.
yeah. But you could see that. You could see
Yeah.
that they were like,
They didn't have to say anything.
that's
No.
it.
They knew what was up. Like,
That's it.
like AJ grabbed you
Man.
and he was like, "Hey, let's go." And
Yeah.
everyone's just moving in sync, right?
Yeah.
Because this lifestyle, like, it doesn't matter if you're in South Texas or Montana. Like,
It doesn't matter.
Country
That's
boy
it.
will survive. That's what it is.
Yo, that's a fact.
Oh, listen,
That's what
AJ
it
is a
is.
different animal. I don't know if we got time to tell AJ stories.
Well,
but
we got about 6 minutes left,
Yeah.
so real quick, I know you're here in the professional capacity.
yeah,
This
let's
isn't
talk
like JRE, man. This is crazy.
what do y'all
Yeah.
what do
We're
y'all
on the 3-hour
got?
podcast?
Like what's I don't know. What are y'all dropping this year? What's
Yeah,
going on?
Taurus
What are you
got? I know
talking
y'all
about at the
dropped something
show?
already for this year.
Yeah, so new for this year, we have the TX9 series, right?
Let's go.
And basically, we're moving into a new price point. It's that over 350 price point, sub 450. It's an incredible firearm. It's kind of like the bigger brother of the GX4. It's a full size frame. We're gonna have in a subcompact, compact, and full size. It's optic ready. It passed NATO testing. It's more of a real
go.
purpose driven duty firearm, right? Which I know is odd to say
Not
from
yet.
Taurus, but like, you know, we evolve.
Yeah,
We
of
evolved as a
course.
brand. You've seen it with the TX22. That gun just performs and runs.
Yep.
You know, and as a brand, we just want to continue growing in that space. We keep finding that these duty guns that had served the public for so many years, just every year go up $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like their paychecks aren't going up that fast.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like these
Yeah.
guys are still looking for performance guns that are, and it's going to take us a little bit to like, you know, make the splash and make the name, but we're going to do it.
And
we're
y'all,
gonna
if,
keep performing
if
on it.
y'all
Yeah.
ain't familiar, just go to Instagram and type in TX22.
TX22?
Check the virality of it because they are incredibly reliable.
Yeah, they're sweet, yeah.
And they're fun. Shout out to our boy Dahl
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
makes them even funner. But
Yeah.
you know, like it's dope to see Taurus is getting behind that TX and making it one step better. So
Like,
shout out to Taurus.
Even recently, like with the, how do you call it? With the virality of the TX22, it kind of brought us into a new space where those people that typically turn their noses up at you know, Taurus because it's an entry level firearm, they find themselves buying TX22s.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because I work for the brand, even though if you work for a brand, you should, right? Stand
Yeah.
up for your brand.
Yeah.
The TX22
runs.
is the standard for 22 pistols in the market.
Yeah.
It's the best semi-auto
Wade
22
had
pistol
one.
in the market.
Yeah.
Wade had
that
one when
thing
we
was
went out there. It
clinking.
was a-
Yo, we were going crazy
He's
with
like,
that thing.
Man, I love this thing. It's fun.
Yeah, it just
they're
works. It
awesome.
just runs. There's
Yep.
nothing I can tell people about.
Yeah.
And again, it's hard for me to say because they're like, "Oh, you work for Taurus, so you're
course.
gonna say
Yeah,
that."
of course.
It's like, no, this gun will outperform any other player in the market.
Well, what's cool
No
about
questions
us
asked.
is that this is the communication arm of the business.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the people who listen to us are a lot of first timers or newcomers. So, you know, y'all go out there, get a TX22 and make your own opinion. Don't listen to the noise on,
Yeah.
is there some truth to everything? Of course.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those people who's like, I'm going to put my money where I want and then I'll make my own decision. Because, hey, I think
Yeah.
that's how it should just be. And like Chan said, there shouldn't be a high price point of entry, especially when it
comes to self-defense.
Something
You
is
your
be-
life could
self-defense.
your life could depend.
Yeah.
And
on
it's
it.
funny because what you're talking about when that guy told me about that me not having a Taurus. I had been working at Taurus for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. I carried a Smith & Wesson M&P9. It's an incredible firearm.
Yep.
Sorry
Yep.
for that.
Yeah.
It's an incredible firearm, but I'm shooting a match. And one of the guys is like, look, even the Taurus guy doesn't carry a Taurus. I felt like I'd been caught with my pants down. I was like, why don't I have a Taurus?
Yeah.
You know, what's
Man.
wrong with that? I'd had one in my car, like you said, that I'd been, every time I go to range, I'd bring it out, shoot, I neglected it, never oiled it, never did it. It just ran. Did it
Yeah.
have an incredible trigger? Absolutely not. But it was also a third of the cost
Yeah.
of my
Yeah.
M&P9.
And reliable.
Yeah.
And reliable.
Yep,
And also,
so-
you could be a gun owner and like more than one gun. Like
Yeah,
it's one of those things,
yeah.
you know, like how
Two things
crazy
can be
is
true
that?
at
that's-
once. There
So
it is.
I went and bought the G3, and I made it a point to train so I could always perform with it. So when that guy comes out with that $3,000 pistol talking smack, I burn him down. Like,
That's a
go,
fact.
let's go shoot it. Let's go run a stage. We'll
That's
see what's
it.
up.
Shout out my boy Chan.
Man.
Hey, we're
Yo.
gonna wrap this up here. You know,
We
got to
get part 2 with Chan though.
Yep.
You got to bring him back.
But I wanna. Where can people find y'all?
At Taurus USA
Yep.
on Instagram, Facebook.
All
Page.
that. Yeah.
We're a
perfect.
big brand. You
Yeah,
can't miss us.
massive.
You
Of
can't
course.
miss us.
Yeah.
Not at all. And then of course to all of y'all listening, follow, like, subscribe, share, send it to your mama,
Yep.
your daddy, your brother, your sister. Let them know they got to go outside and just touch grass or something.
That's
Touch grass.
Yeah, touch.
Yeah.
talking about.
We
That's
appreciate
it.
y'all listening,
Yeah.
and we couldn't do this without y'all. And one more time, shout
For
out
Otis.
to Otis.
Yeah.
Otis.